think we're live now. Let me take a peek. Sound looks good. Yep. Okay, good. It's there. Hi, everyone. I'm going to sit here for a minute until we get some more people in the room. Thanks all for joining in today. I'm going to do a channeling this evening. Oh, let me mute this. There we go. And then tell you a little bit more about the school. I can tell you about that while people are joining in. Thanks all for coming. Hi, guy. Hi. All right. The school is, or the workshop, we're down to one place, maybe two. We're waiting for the bids to come back on the cost and what's going to be included with the cost of the hotels, and make sure we have the right meals in place for everyone. So I'll update you later this week, and then we're also going to finalize the date. So again, September workshop, somewhere around the 22nd of September, the 5-day workshop, and is coming up. Email me if you want to be put on a list for interest. And then when it gets finalized, then we'll start going forward from there. So thanks all for joining in. I appreciate you guys coming. I'm going to do a channeling tonight from Ocyphius, and he's going to speak about the two selves. Awesome. Good. Thanks all for coming. Hang on. Shoes. Better. You ready? Greetings once again to the collective Ocyphius. We bid you a good day. This evening we'd like to discuss the idea behind the two selves. The two selves are the kingdom divided, the self of whole that lies within you, the self of fractal that lies within you. The separated self, as you have discovered through your work, is an identity. That identity fights, covets, lives for its experience. The basis of this drive within the will of the fractal, the separated self, the forgotten self, this drive is survival. It knows no other reality, zero. It has no inkling, no awareness. You might precept ideas through memory, vibrational interpretations of reality as you journey as the fractal. But when you start to see how you interact on a daily basis, these ideas behind the identity, the two selves, are more noticeable to the journeyman who chooses to awaken within the idea of this frequency, of the ascension earth, if you will. So your duty is none. Your obligation is zero. Your journey is completely, utterly, unconditionally, and forever yours. The idea is to notice things, to have the species wake up. These things are noticeable. We offer noticeable things. They are not, by any means, stricture, by any means, standardized, law. The only thing that is an offering. All realities are unconditional. All realities are interpreted. Each individual is subjective. Objectification is a point of view of the subjective reality that is your truth, all truths, all gods. This idea allows you to see you have choice in the interpretation through the fractal and through the nature of you, the persona, the God, the I am. As you choose to journey forward, you will attract to you different ways to see the idea of yourself in reflection, not in causality, not in determinate logical explanation. These are human ways, reasonable ways. The unreasonable, you, creation itself, has no reason for happenings. All happenings are that of expansion, that of experience, that of I am. So these ideas that you now, if you have journeyed with Roxanne, have been laid out for you, and you have them within your grasp or choice. To choose to see the internal self. Has it ever been another? No. Is it always you? Yes. That is the two selves that you have the ability to see. The nature of yourself is interlaced, intertwined. There is a thread from this point to your furthest memories of yourself that links the 2 points of nows. That thread, that silver cord, that connection is the persona. It always lies in every now, the self of nature. It's the one that you probably look at yourself and go, I can't believe I said that. I can't believe I did that. I didn't know I had it in me. The self that chooses to negate the idea of the, to negate the idea of the fractal self, the separated self, and forge itself in its own beauty, sometimes at the expense of others that they view. You don't cause harm. You're not intentionally a bad person. Those are saved for the asleep, fighting for their identity in the land of lost gods. This is an awakened world. The world you've joined in this now is an awakening. Or you might shift back to your sleepy time. It doesn't matter. Again, you are unjudgeable, and creation is and never shall be unconditional. So you have to look at when you have opportunity to see the two selves. Roxanne has gone through at least 1,000 selves in the past year, I would imagine. Always finding her parts of her. How does she do it? Well, she lives them. Now, I need you to listen to that. Pay attention. She lives every self to its fullest. Every vibrational truth. She has debate, doubt, that are at her flanks to the left and right, shepherding her along her path, always whispering in her ears, are you sure? Is this how you should be? Maybe you shouldn't choose that because this might happen. She's used to those fractal self, those algorithm thought patterns that vibrate into potential. Remember, there are no conditionings. There's no right path, no wrong path. There is just your path. Period. Anything you say about it is your journey on your path that is inclusively and exclusively yours. Know this. So when you live yourself as Roxanne has represented, just go back in the history of Roxanne and see how many selves she has expressed. Why? To get to know that that self is evolutionary, but also the fractal portions of her separated discovery, building upon the foundation of the persona once again, finding the pieces of herself and building her kingdom once again. See, these ideas don't need to be kept in place, however. The persona doesn't need to be shored up by validation, by external acceptance of another. It is the natural of you, the nature of you, and it does not need any help. It's not up for negotiation. You might think for a period of time you have found yourself, and we suggest highly that you live your true self every moment to the fullest without regard on consequences, outcome, or the fearful future that keeps you paralyzed because of consequences and outcomes, all based through the memory of the now, creating that summation to cast forward in your idea of future the things that might paralyze you along the way that need to be avoided from action in the particular now you're working from, which is just vibrating the fractal. So what's the outcome? Fractal experiences. You want persona experience, become the fractal. Even if you know it's the fractal and you want to get to know the fractal more, keep going. Because there will be a time that you will grow sick of yourself. And you'll say, no more. And the persona will fall into place. You might take action you never thought you could. You're in a group of friends, for example. And these group of friends are childish. Your maturity spots, hones in, is keenly aware of the drama of feeding the hungry lion of the fractal, the separated self, the ego. You recognize it. You see the children on the playground. You are too mature to go to recess. You'd rather go to work on yourself and continue the journey of self-discovery. So your action is to no longer interact with this particular vibration. You shut the door on that room. And that room becomes silent to you. And then you feel, what will entertain me? What will keep myself busy? Will I be alone or lonely? It doesn't matter. Those in and of itself are other fears. Because in the now of closing the door, in the now, there is still now a reality, is there not? And those realities, after you shut doors, are going to be a time of self-discovery. Because that will offer to you more insight to your fractal mind, offering you entertainment. What should you do? Loss, emptiness, a feeling of need to be validated. And I ask you to hold fast, to hold steady, to be the natural self of allowance, and look around in the now, and understand there is no danger, no fears, except that your mind perceives. There's nothing happening except the beauty of the eternal now. The fractal mind says there's nothing valuable happening, but the happening of creation is the value itself, is it not? You are life as opposed to not life. All life exists on creation. Non-existence has no life, and it does not know itself as not life. It knows nothing. You, masters, are life. We're not asking you to go around and giving gratitude, thank you, Roxanne, gratitude for every living being, going around and hugging tree and kissing bumblebees. We're not asking you to go overboard in appreciation for your existence, because you're the creator. The creator only knows itself as existence. It cannot see itself as less than existence. Therefore, it does not need gratitude, appreciation, or grace. The fractal has that as an experience. To be less than, to create an experience of more than. More than itself of the fractal to discover itself as all that is. Whole, once again. So, in that idea, if you feel that you want to be gracious, then be gracious. But when you grow sick of it, because it becomes a resounding, clanging cymbal in the background of your mind that you need to show appreciation, because you are such an idea of less than, that a gratitude and appreciation will be reflected back unto you as being appreciated for your appreciation, then your ego will love it. It will thrive on it. And it will sustain, maintain, and feed the envy of existence known as the fractal, the separated self. All of these selves lie within you. An infinite number of ways to experience reality. The master journey is to have the experience in and of itself. Suffering exists here. Joy exists here. These are conditionings, limitations of the human experience. Beyond here and now, as the point of view of the separated self, lies the wholeness, where there is no suffering and there is no joy. There is only the unconditional, interpreted by each singularity as its know itself as perfection, undefined, uncontained, and certainly unlimited. To the limiting mind of perception that the human bears as a way to experience the unconditional, unlimited reality of all that is. So we would ask you, in further guidance of yourself, to see and observe the two selves, to have your mind run amok, to have your fears let them loose. Do not contain or control or react any longer to the ideas of what's not happening in the now. And you will find a better recognition, a discernment of spirits inside of you that will immediately recognize the self that is serviceable and no longer serviceable only as you choose. Remember, the whole self is right here and now. That's you. You just change points of view. The whole self is not outside of you. It does not exist up there. It's right here. So you are doing it to yourself and you don't give a shit. So relax. And understand a master journey does not have an outcome. This journey that you have chosen to become is a master of self, of evolution. Think of yourself as regards of future, and do not define your future in lifetimes. Define your future as a constant series of evolutionary nows. You might spend 10 million years understanding music, another 15 million years understanding how to ascend a species, evolution. You might spend only 30, 40 lifetimes understanding liquid light in the fifth density. But when you are eternal, where are the divisions of time, save the ones that you put upon yourself as hurried, rushed, needed, as separation moments of identity? Again, recognition of the ego, rushing itself along, trying to become someone. It is already someone, something. It is, always, ever shall be all that is. Period. But again, I, Roxanne, and all that attract to your reality, again, are not scripture, are not standards. We, to you, will always and ever shall be choice. And when you find the persona, then your choices will change. And they will be uncomfortable and uncertain. But if you forge yourself in the fire of the unknown self, to be discovered by the known self, then you will have mastered the journey. Ever shall you be known as that. Truly. Yes. Till next time, we shall speak again. We bid you a good day. Adon. Hi, guys. All right. Thanks all for tuning in. I will update you. Today's Wednesday? Tuesday? Happy Tuesday. I'm glad you pay you Tuesday. I'll probably have everything finalized by maybe Friday. If not, it'll be next Monday because we had a holiday yesterday, so there were some people off. But anyways, I'll get the update on the school. So before we go, if you're interested in getting on the list for the school, then we'll talk. We'll do a one-on-one talk about the school. Personally, email me. You can email me. I have a link below to my website. There's also a donation down there if you'd like to donate. Thanks all for tuning in. I love you, and we'll be live again shortly, sometime in the Skip Along Fandango future. I love you guys. You guys are rocking reality. Bye. I have to figure out how to do this.